Geez, Joey. Thank you. I had a heart attack. When did you get here?
30 seconds ago? I think you told us to meet at 7, remember?
I'm sorry, man. I lost... It's been a long day.
You don't have to apologize to me, Thomas. I mean, I understand. You know, the breakup with you and Jennifer was just yesterday, and these things take a lot of time, to adjust. I heard alcohol helps.
I don't feel like drinking.
Okay, you don't feel like drinking, so how about we play some Call of Duty?
I don't know. No, I don't want to do that either.
Okay. Well, the Chiefs and the Steelers are playing tonight, so, we could go out and watch them.
No.
So you don't want to go out, you don't want to stay in, you don't want to get wasted, and you don't want to take it easy. So what do you want then? Do you want to sit here and listen to me tell you why relationships are ultimately stupid and you shouldn't be upset over one girl?
Well, I definitely don't want to hear that.
Well, too bad. All right? You know what your problem is? You fell for society's greatest lie. You fell in love. And I told you before you even began to date Jennifer that love is just friendship mixed with jealousy and hatred and ultimately heartbreak.
Fine, I'll bite. Why is love society's greatest lie?
From the day that you are born until the day that you die, you are taught one thing above all else, and that is that they're out there in the, wide waking world is someone that is going to, complete you, their other half, their soulmate, that you're going to find this person when you're an adult and you're going to fall in love, and then when you have kids and you get your job and you get your house with the white picket fence and all of that crap, all of that is just extra. Real life doesn't begin until you find that person.
What are you getting at?
Humor me for a second and imagine that you are a young boy growing up in a town that has a world-renowned bakery, okay? So every single day, from the time you're born through adulthood, you're told that at least once in your life, before you grow old and die, you have to visit this bakery. And so eventually the day comes that you walk into the store and you go up to the counter and you buy your goods. But on the way home, you're thinking, I'm not sure about this purchase. I'm not sure that this is going to make me happy. I'm not sure I'm satisfied. And you get home and you realize that 50% of everyone that's ever walked in that door has also been dissatisfied with the service that they received or with the goods that they bought. And so you get to thinking that, hey, maybe I went about it the wrong way. Maybe if I give it a second chance, I'll make a better purchase this time. So when you go back into the store and you buy it, you walk home and you find out that 62% of all the people that visited the bakery a second or a third or fourth or fifth time, all of them are unhappy. And so then you start to wonder why we ever hyped up the bakery in the first place, why we ever made it out to be something that was so important. And you realize for the first time in your life that it was all bullshit.
I take it you don't want to get married.
All right, look, man, if I'm part of that lucky small percentage of people that actually manage to find a successful relationship and marriage, then of course I'm going to accept that. But I'm just saying that I don't like my chances, and I'm not going to structure my life around that.
So you don't think that there's someone out there just for you?
I didn't say that.
You implied it at least. So you don't think that you have a soulmate out there?
To me, there's a difference between someone out there for you and soulmate.
And what's that?
Do you really think that she's the one for you?
Yes.
Singular?
Yes.
What are the characteristics that make her special? Why is she so important to you besides the fact that she is A, woman, and B, not ugly?
She's smart. She's funny. Fun to be around. It wasn't just that she was pretty, and that it worked physically. It was that I always look forward to seeing her. There was never a moment where I was like, I gotta spend time with my girlfriend. The amazing thing about Jen is I could describe her in 2 words. Not boring. And I blew it.
Thomas, I know that it's hard to talk about Jennifer, and I know that, you think that she's the only woman in the world that possesses those characteristics, and you think that she's your soulmate, and I'm here to tell you as a friend that I can prove mathematically that you're wrong, okay? So, the idea and concept of a soulmate is that for every one person out there in the world, there is another person that completes them romantically. Now, that's a totally ridiculous fantasy. We know that soulmates aren't a thing because we don't pair off one-on-one. That just doesn't happen in our society. I mean, most people don't get married, and the ones that do, half of them end up unhappy and they leave. It's much more reasonable to say that there is someone out there for you. That's a much more relatable concept because, yeah, I can agree that there's probably thousands of women out there that I could at least tolerate for several decades, or that could tolerate me for several decades, if not a lifetime. And I don't think that that's unreasonable to say, but I do think that it's completely ridiculous and mathematically impossible to believe in the concept of a soulmate. There's no one perfectly out there for you, and Jen is not the perfect woman for you.
Here's the flaw in your logic, Joey. You're trying to break down love into a science. You're using math and numbers to make your point, and it just doesn't work that way.
I mean, love is a science. It's literally a chemical reaction in your brain. It's like a drug. It grips you and it overwhelms you and it pumps you full of good thoughts and sensations, and you feel like you can never, ever be without it. And then, once you are, you're miserable.
Maybe that's so, but you're trying to explain the how and not the why. You're making it objective when love is subjective. Love is kinetic, love is spiritual. Love is that feeling you get when someone touches you, when someone holds you. It's why a mother cares for her unborn child. And that's it. Love is the thing that binds all of us as a people. Love is a garden. Sure, you could go around naming all the plants and naming all the insects and why they are the way they are, but you have to concede that they're all interconnected.
Alright, ignoring for a moment that love is a garden is literally the most hippie thing that I think I've ever heard you say to me. If love is truly a garden, then we are the worker bees that hop from plant to plant. All right, we don't love because we want to. We love because we are programmed to do it.
No, I don't believe that. I can't believe that. I refuse to believe that we are just slaves to a condition.
But you are a slave to the condition, Thomas. I mean, you.
All right, that's enough. Yes, I love Jen. I still do. And it hurts horribly. And I loved her because I wanted to. I pursued a relationship because I wanted to. And I would have rolled the dice on marriage because that's how I feel. Yeah, the statistics suck. And maybe a part of the process is based on biology. But that doesn't change a damn thing.
How could it not? I'm telling you that your feelings for Jen are just part of an evolutionary drive, and that there are literally thousands of other women out there that could satisfy that drive for you.
And I'm telling you that you're wrong. Love isn't that simple. And you know it.
You just don't want it to be that simple because you want to believe that all of your pain is for some other reason than a psychological addiction.
Do you know how I know you're wrong? You're the biggest jerk I know. And yet I still love you. In some awful, twisted way.
Maybe. It's getting pretty dark. Sure you still don't want to go catch that Chiefs game?
You know, that's probably the smartest thing you've said all day.
Think the Chiefs will actually win tonight?
That's a good question.
Maybe we can debate the philosophies of sports fandom. Sure, that would be a compelling argument. You're telling me being a